Welcome back to another episode of Who Should You Choose, the video series where I go through the private videos, questions, and comments and help you with your hut lineup decisions. Want to thank everyone that came out to last night's Amazon Prime Monday Night Hockey stream. There is one more still next Monday night. So again, I appreciate everyone that's come out to those. It's meant a lot as well. I'm in the last month of applying for the Partner Plus split on Twitch. So if you want to support the channel, twitch.tv/nosleeves12, a tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 sub all goes a long way. Trying to get that 70-30 Twitch split for another year. So thank you for everyone that comes out to all these streams anyway. So that being said, let's get into today's questions. Went through a bunch here. And we'll start with Xavier. He says, "Hey, Sleeves, been following your videos for a few years now. I know everyone is complaining about icon passing, but it seems to be overshadowing a different issue. Ever since the patch Friday, Xbox players seem to be experiencing a lag that happens throughout the game. Doesn't seem to matter if you're playing rivals, champs, squad battles, or even moments. Throughout the game, it stutters and lags periodically, and it's making the game difficult to play. I was worried I was the only one and it was a connection issue when I had not noticed it. It mentioned the last couple of videos, but I've seen a couple of posts on Reddit talking about the same choppy gameplay issues I'm having. Keep up the great work, and thank you for all you do in the Hut community." This is happening on PlayStation 2. Yeah, ever since the patch, this is a lot of people are getting this. You need to just reset your console, and it appears to fix it for a little while. It's a joke. I don't know why, and I don't know when the fix will be for that. High overall goalies don't fix the dribbler goals. Really, to be honest, it just makes them more common, not less. My buddy uses the Hollow Luongo, and he gives up squeaky goals constantly. Here's the thing, though. You you only notice them if they aren't saved. So this is why goalies are so hard to like quantify who's good or not, because you only notice when the goals that you give up, right? The best thing to do is, again, do like 20, 30 games and see if there's a better save percentage. That's what I would recommend. But yeah, like all the goalies have a tendency to give up bad goals every once in a while. I notice them less with the higher rated goalies, but higher rated at 6 foot is just that's not going to be it. Lineup questions. Hey, Slaves, really enjoying watching this in my mornings with breakfast. I'm wondering what I should chase next and which free Protect the Net MSP I should make. Current lineup is Barzal, Sorelli, Kucherov, Panarin, Crosby, Matthews, McKinnon, Scheifele, Drouin, Zumwinkle, Coyle, and Zibanejad. Makar, Power, Montour, Char, Carlo, Goalie. Any other lineup tips would be great. You're looking a little weak on left-handed wingers. To be honest with you, which free Protect the Net MSP? See, I would say Barkov here, but you're kind of okay at center. So then the only other ones that are in that high range would be like Power, but you already have him. And maybe Faber to replace Carlo? It's probably that. It is probably that. Also, base McDavid would be great for your team. Hut says, "Hey, Sleeve, longtime listener, viewer on Twitch and YouTube, but first-time commenter. My centers are Sundin, Crosby, Zibanejad, Newendike. My right-handed D are Makar, Boyle, Fox. If I cannot afford one Protect the Net MSP, who should I go for? These are my weakest position. Thanks, and I hope you and the family are doing well. Thank you, my man. God, your center, Makar, Boyle, Fox. I probably wouldn't invest in a Protect the Net. Actually, I would sell Crosby, make Barkov. I just realized you said tradable. Sell Crosby, make Barkov. Somewhat of a lineup question. What would you choose, BND, PWHL Fantasy Pack, or Aho? I have a really good center core. He'd be my 3C. Oh, if he'd be your 3C, shoot your shot on the PWHL Fantasy Pack. You never know. You never know. I know there's a lot of hate this year, but I have to say I'm enjoying the game a lot. Not feeling any pressure to pump out Rivals games or Squad Battles games makes it a million times more enjoyable. If they put Rivals and Squad Battle rewards back in the game, and you figure out a way to make the rewards even to continue to promote the play how you want aspect, I think we'd really have something special here. Also, making objectives XP-based, as you mentioned, would be huge in my opinion. Love your content, man. Hope the little man is doing well, and it must be electric to have all these Sharks cards being released. It's been fun as a Sharks fan finally in Hut because it's been a long 5 years since I've been like a creator that they just have not gotten good cards, and we're laughing this year a little bit too much in my opinion. But hey, beggars can't be choosers. Yeah, man, I totally agree. Like, I don't know if bring back the pack every week would can happen with the format that we've got that would just crush the market. And I don't know if that, like I said, I think that the XP pass should have all of the rivals packs for the season in there, you know, would just be massive. And then all of the objectives replaced with XP would just be, I think that it would really, really be good. Maze says, not a lineup question, but what has happened to Coffee and Shell? If I recall, you said something in your stream regarding that, but not here. We are many of us that are missing them. It's been my top listened to podcast on Spotify since 2022 when it started early in NHL 22. Anyways, keep up the great work. Love the content as always. Hello, I'm Maze. It's just a simple like interest thing. You know, I turned these kind of into a Hut podcast type thing every week. Padre's not super into Hut this year. He's playing a lot of Versus, you know, so just not a ton of urgency on both of our parts, right? I think we will do one shortly, but we are really just saving it for like patches and things like that, you know, and overarching things, because, you know, I kind of already do a podcast type thing every single day with the Who Should You Choose. So, lineup question, yeah, lineup and yap question. I make lineup, make two next gens, Barzal, make two next gens and Barzal, or make a PWHL random BND fantasy. No preference player wise, and my team is kind of stacked. Just want to use my cards to make something. Barzal, if you want to play it safe. Do you think they would ever make sets to turn higher overall cards into packs for fodder? I have a bunch of high overall and tradable cards, but only really going for hollows, McDavid, team builders, just because a lot of the master sets have been not too interesting for me this year. No, I don't think they would do it for packs. Maybe they turn it into collectibles and then the collectibles are made packs, but probably not. A workaround for multi-select is to move them to the trade pile first. From there, I've not had any issues with multi-select. So yeah, the reason with multi-select causing issues or autofill is because when it sees a BND card, it will just stop adding them and it'll only add the top card. So one way is to make a brand new lineup of all your BND cards. That way they're not able to be turned in when you go to do sets. But another one is to put them on in the trade pile. Yeah. I'm hating not having icon passing. 33 likes. It's crazy because I did not think that this was that used. And like I said, I surprised myself by being on how reliant I was on it. And again, it wasn't for every pass. I think it's too slow. And it's kind of hard to have the muscle memory to always use it when you play Division 2 and Division 1. However, like I said, on the breakout, it was great. Just for the vision that it gave you. On top of that, when you're in the offensive zone, sending it back to your defenseman, it was always a clean pass. So yeah, maybe it's a bit of a crutch, but I'll be honest with you, they put it in the game as a feature. There's no reason why we can't enjoy it if it's it's a feature. So I think it's been all right. I still think that we need icon player switching far more than passing though. Sleeves, 75 and 79 fodder question. As the cost of cards dropped massively, do you expect cost to go back up once Team Builders and X Factors come out? Sitting on 160 plus of them. Should I sell now or wait? Been listening for years and appreciate all your content input. Here's my guess. Team Builders will remain the same, so it'll be 77 and above NHLers. So if you have any of those, don't sell them. 77 and above NHL players, don't sell them. X Factors, I'm 90% sure that when the new Series 2 men X Factor cards come out, it'll be the same cost as the women because I've said this in prior videos, EA's like economic or economy in the background doesn't take what we value a card at on the auction house. It takes, okay, this overall is worth this much. These overalls, these sets are worth that much, and it doesn't take into account that, okay, maybe the women fantasy cards aren't as sought after as the men's, or the X Factors aren't as sought after the men's. It just views these are X Factors. So I would 100% guess that we're going to get 78 and above for the trade-in for X Factors for Series 2. Now, the McDavid one is not going away, by the way, so, I don't know if it'll be a massive reduction as much as it will be a massive increase in cost for 78 and above, right? But I think the 75 for X Factors you could probably sell now, and 76s you could still always use for holograms and whatnot, but I think that that's what we'll see with the dramatic shift there. Lineup question: who would you recommend for the B and D X factors? I've been thinking of keeping Heiskanen and Fox just because the amount of forwards that I have in fodder like Heatley and Robitaille. Jabo, Makar, Heiskanen, Faber, Chara, Fox. Left-handed wingers: Michkov, Hughes, Kucherov, Celebrini. I would keep Kucherov. There's a really high chance that he hasn't gotten a card yet because I don't know why, but he might win Team of the Year. And like, there's no guarantee on upgrades, but there will be at least some. And I think that at the high end, Kucherov has been the most noticeable. There's a lot of options on defense. And because anyone can score a D-to-D one-timer in this game, I don't know if it's as big of an advantage. I will say that early on in the year, I thought that the defense cards was the way to go. And I've really enjoyed all the Master Set items. I just think that with the nerf of them maybe a little bit, I don't know. That one's tough. I would personally go Kucherov and maybe Heiskanen. I made the comment about playing NCAA football this weekend until they fixed the icon passing. I held to my word and I learned something new this weekend. While playing NCAA, I started watching streams of the game. All the NCAA streamers were giving out drops this weekend. I had no idea that these drops existed. While watching some streams and playing NCAA, I earned an 86 and 87 overall B&D for my Ultimate Team. In addition, I earned 2 packs for which I pulled an 86 overall. I don't play the Ultimate Team mode, but I have gotten many free cards from these drops. They are doing these drops every weekend for the entire month. I've watched NHL content for years and I've never heard the community talk about the drops. Why wouldn't EA NHL do something like this for the game? It would increase player engagement and would be great. Would be a great use of B&D. It's something you have. Is this something you've discussed with the A team? If they put drops on, I literally would not end my stream. However, that being said, there is a substantial cost to get Twitch to run drops, and I'm talking like I don't have the exact number, but I've heard like 50,000 for a weekend kind of thing. Now with Madden, FIFA, NCAA, those are cash cows for EA. I've talked about this, that like FIFA makes up 80% of the revenue, 10% of it goes to Madden, and then the rest is, well, I don't even know now with NCAA, but the rest of it was before NCAA was NHL, FIFA, and PGA, and UFC made up the last 10%, right? So if we got drops, it would be incredible for the community, but all you have to do is go and look at the directory, and there's always less than 1,000 viewers total, right? Unless it's like a content drop day. But if you go look at all the other games, they're much, much higher. So 50,000 is, again, I don't know if that's a confirmed amount. I've seen that from other games, but it's a substantial cost, but would be incredible. And it would get so many more people to stream the game. It would just be, I would love that. I would love to see more creators. And I literally wouldn't end my stream. I would just stream for a month straight. Lineup question. My top 6 is Barzal, Neuendijk, Milestone, McDavid, Eichel, Koivu, Hughes. I can make a hologram, and I'm thinking between Sundin, Gretzky, and Mario. Do you think there's a best option for me based on my lines? Thanks for the help and all the content this year, Sleeves. Barzal, Neuendijk, McDavid, Eichel, Koivu, Hughes. Always Gretzky. Yeah, it's Gretzky right now. He appears to just be built different. It's Gretzky. So, hey, Sleeves, you were my most watched gaming YouTuber and podcaster of 2024. Thanks for delivering the content you do. Anyways, I picked up 25 a couple weeks ago. It was on sale. Built Team Builder Gartner as a Rangers fan, and I got Madonna through champs. But the rest of my team is pretty mediocre. What should everyone who started recently target? X Factors, Team Builders, Icons, Fantasy, or the current event? I'll be honest with you. The X Factors are probably like McDavid and whatnot. It's just so far away that I probably wouldn't. And the Icons, same kind of thing. The chase cards this year are just so far and away, way too expensive. I would work on just getting the free Master Set players that they give out by doing your chores. I think that, like, if you were to start your team and you were able to get Barkov, for example, that's a great number 1 center, right? Or Power, that's a great number 1 defenseman. Until you get a nice lineup, I would chase the events. Lineup question. Hey, Sleeves, first time NHL free-to-play player. I got 24 for free during PlayStation Plus month, then purchased 25, which gave me 500 points from the purchase, which seems dumb, good for nothing. I'm absolutely terrible at the game, but the addiction is real. NHL scratches my sports card collecting itch from my childhood and my new NHL fandom. So happy that Seattle has a team again after 100 years. The wife and I watch all the Kraken games together. Really enjoy the content and appreciate you clearing the fog of NHL 25's complexity. I'm an older player that is trying to find their way. I'm certain my opponents laugh all the time during wildcard as I grind out the losses required to complete the 15 levels. I'm a squad battle only player solely and don't have enough skill to get through the last moments to get good cards to complete MSPs cheaply. Feel kind of stuck and not improving all that much as icon passing was my only passing technique for the entire game until now. Watch my strategies video, man. You're going to have to play squad battles until you can win a game on Superstar. Not even dominate, just win a game on Superstar. Once you can win a game on Superstar pretty regularly, that's when I would focus on online. And there's nothing wrong with that as you learn. NHL is a very difficult sports game from a mechanic-based standpoint. It's very convoluted. It's not like MLB where you're basically just like following the ball and hitting one button, right? Lineup question. I just completed 87 bars out per your recommendation as my magnum opus for the next gen event and my first MSP. Very proud of it. I have XP Montour up to 88 as the best Kraken player in the game and 84 Gustav on the D line. My forward lines are a smattering of base power-up icons and base X Factor players from the elite starter packs, Barzal notwithstanding. I have fear of dumping all my fodder into something to really get going. Protect the net is tempting, but I can't finish the moments with skill or the objective skill and time to make it cheaper. I'd love another Kraken player. Already have team builder Bjorkstrand, but he is a snoozer. After Barzal and cover Hughes, which I couldn't build, what is the current third don't miss card that someone like me could grind out? A surprising amount of sleeves on this video. Is that business attire you go sleeveless when playing video games? I'm not going to lie, man. My gimmick, I would have chose something completely different, but as an adult, I made a mistake and I can't change it now. So that being said, like, Barkov is really where you're like, it's tough that you can't get everything for free, but I'm wondering if you have enough fodder to make Barkov. Like, get the things you can get done and then make Barkov just based on your team. Because he would give you the most impact of a card that you can buy that isn't like 700,000 coins. You know what I'm saying? Sleeves, thank you for the update on icon passing. Unfortunately, I'm at a point where I'm not going to play online until it comes back, and squad battles is still the best way to level up. I don't blame you, man. They put a feature in. Feature's broken. You don't get to play the game the way you want. It's a video game, not a job. You shouldn't. This is my favorite type of comment, and maybe I've softened too much over the years, because I'm old or like a dad now. I don't know, but not playing because of icon passing, Raffle. You probably use total controls as well, newbie. Like, it's a video game. Who cares what people use? It's in the game. They gave us the ability. You know what I mean? Like, there was lots of features over the year. Like I mentioned before in another video, like defensive skill stick wasn't a thing until NHL 18, right? Like, icon passing is what it is, right? It's not, you're at a disadvantage by using it. If it is the only way to pass that you pass, you are at a disadvantage by using it, by the way, because like the ability to memorize what position is each one and then add an extra like layer of thinking to hit the button to pass to that player as opposed to just instantaneously passing. Like you're at a disadvantage by using it, but who cares, man? Honestly, just such a piss poor take. Like, it's nuts to me. I'm super happy that you can play the game at a more difficult level and make it harder on yourself. Like, if that's something you're proud of, that's awesome. Be proud, but don't be a dick. That's all I'm saying. All right, fellas, that's going to do it for this episode of Who Should You Choose? I'll be back tomorrow with another episode, as well as the content video tonight, covering all the brand new content. Maybe we get team builders. Probably not. We're probably going to not get game breakers either. I swear, if it's just another random 3 milestones or supernatural, like, oh, man. Not going to manifest that. You guys have a great day. I'll see you next time.